Hello, my sewing friends. Here are my top 5 makes of 2020. My name is Jen, and this is my sewing room. And if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. And if you're one of the regulars, you know I always love seeing you. It's always a pleasure. It is that time of year again, isn't it? When we go back and we say, yeah, I got to get in shape. I got to start eating right and exercising and changing my life in all these various and sundry ways. And some of us just go, well, yay, it's another year. And leave it at that. I stopped making resolutions so many years ago because I just thought, for someone like me who is very creative and can't keep a calendar to save my life, and I do make lists, but my mood changes so quickly that, I don't always follow through on things that I really wanted to follow through on. Goals are good, but sometimes they're hard for me, the long-term goals at least. So anyway, I don't make resolutions anymore. I just kind of say, I remember that I didn't like that, so I don't think I want to do that again. And I remember that I loved that, so I definitely want to do that again. So I went back through and I pulled out 5 of my most favorite things that I made last year, and I thought I would share those with you. So I'm just going to dive in and tell you the first one is this thing I'm wearing, which is Simplicity 7454. This is a vintage pattern from 1976. It's a jiffy pattern and it's really easy. And I couldn't find it. And so I went on eBay and I found it in Australia. So I grabbed it from there and I made it up, and I used a pinstripe, pink and white pinstripe denim. This, I couldn't figure out for the longest time if this was chambray, a very heavy duty chambray, but I think it's really a denim. It's like a twill, except that it's not twill. It's not a twill weave, it's denim. So it's a lightweight denim. And the thing about this dress, 2 things. I love it. Let me start by saying I love it. Now, the 2 things that bug me about it are the back, the way that I can't hide my bra straps. That bothers me. But the other thing is that I made it out of a denim, and the denim can get really hot in the summertime, especially where I live. When it gets hot and humid, it tends to, even though it's off my shoulders and it's a sundress, it can still be hot. And I mean, it's loose fitting too. It's very loose fitting, but it can still get hot when it's really hot outside. So if I were going to do this again, I would do it in a lightweight fabric, and I would work with that crossed back somehow, and I don't know, figure out a way to make it so that my bra straps don't show. There's also an indie pattern version of this, and I think I might want to try that, because I think if you did it in a lighter weight cotton or just like a quilting cotton, that might be really cute. Or if I did it short instead of as a maxi, that might be really cute too. I do love me a maxi though. So the second most favorite thing I made was this little denim skirt that I have right here. It is New Look 6083. It is my favorite thing to wear when I have to go out and run errands. I just love throwing this thing on, and I made it from a bowl denim that I found at Hobby Lobby. It's jeans weight denim, no stretch. It's probably about, I don't know, I'd say probably a 14, 15, 16 ounce denim. I mean, it's fairly heavyweight. And even though it's one of my most favorite things to wear, this pattern I would not advise. It just is not great. This is vintage, probably from the 1990s. And the way that they tell you to do the fly front zipper is just craziness. It doesn't work, for one thing. And then I took the pattern, vintage patterns, you work with what you've got. And I went from the finished garment measurements, and I just kind of adapted the waistline because I have a bigger waistline. And I ended up adding to the waistline and then going back and taking out everything that I added. And then I was going to wear it yesterday, and I thought, I'm so tired of the way that thing slides down. It just doesn't fit my waist. And so I took in the back with some elastic. I just took some 1-inch elastic and inserted it through the back of the waistband, and then closed it up on either end. And so you can kind of see where I did that. It fits perfectly. I mean, I already wear this thing to death, and now I know I'm really going to probably wear it out. I should make another one. But if I do, I'm not going to use this pattern. But regardless, it is the cutest little skirt. So I think there are India versions of this. There are other Big Four versions of this, and I would probably opt for one of those rather than repeating that, even though I've worked out all the kinks. But still, you just can't beat a little jean skirt to wear, just to kick around in, to run errands in, to just go, you know, do whatever you need to do. And it's just a really great wardrobe piece, and I'm really glad I made it. McCalls 3400 is a nightgown that I made from a thrifted sheet that I found at Goodwill. This is a vintage pattern from 1987. Gosh, I'm all vintage so far, aren't I? Wow. And it has a wrapped back feature on it, which I love because it allows for movement. And in a nightgown, you need that. I made this, again, from the sheet, but the sheet is a very, very soft percale cotton, and it's just so comfortable. I lined the bodice completely. I did the lace insets and the buttons down the front, and they just add this finished look to it that is just, it's just pretty, you know, it's just pretty. So I did not do the lace around the neckline, but that's because I lined it and it was fine. So yeah, this is one of my favorite nightgowns, and now I just need a robe to go with it, a very lightweight robe. The Victoria Jones collection number 105 is a muumuu that I made for my March Madness Maxi challenge with my friends Carmen and Sharon, and we did that on Instagram, and we each took the same fabric, which was from Hawaii Fabric Mart. It was a rayon, and we chose different patterns and made them up as maxi dresses. And wow, I love this dress so much. I really do. I wear it all the time. When I've been, you know, running around through the day, and then I get home, it's towards the end of the day around dinner time, and I just want to be comfortable. I go in and I put that thing on, and I just, oh, it's so great. The rayon is really comfortable, and they have a really nice selection of really nice rayons, I have to say. They're not soft. They've got some body to them, and I just really like that. In fact, I need to probably go shopping on Hawaii Fabric Mart again and just see what's there, because you never know. I ended up changing this up a little bit. There's a slash in the very front of the yoke that I didn't really close it up, but I folded it back and top stitched it down. And then there are little ruffles on the shoulder, the top of the arm side, and I took those off because they just didn't work for me. If I were going to do it again, I might put sleeves on, kind of just a flowy, fluttery sleeve. And on the bottom, on the ruffle, I made that 2 tiers instead of just one. So that's a go-to dress for me when I just want to relax. It's just so pretty. And my last one is all the dresses that I made that were Simplicity 8640. Actually, I have the most recent one is my favorite, I think. I made it from a rayon poplin that I found at Joann Fabrics, and it is a variegated stripe. It's a print really, but it's an irregular stripe. And I used pockets from an old Laura Ashley pattern that I had, and I love this dress so much. I think this is my favorite dress that I've ever made, ever. And I've made 4 for me and 1 for somebody else so far. So I am sure I'll make another one. In fact, I want to make one that has sleeves. All the ones I've made have been sleeveless, but I want to make one with sleeves. So yeah, I have to be on a search for new fabrics for that. It's been fun to play with different ways to finish the bottom, because the bottom it kind of goes down and then like that. And so it's an interesting feature on the sides, the bottoms of the side seams. So I've played with it by curving it up and making it a triangle and doing what they say, curving it out, you know, and all kinds of different things. It's a fun thing to play with. So those are my top 5. I do have one bonus, and that was my Eva dress from Tessuti Patterns. I did this as a collab with Kristen from the Dahlia Society, who, go subscribe to her if you haven't already, because she is just a doll. She is one of those people that you think, I want to be around you because you just bring me up. she's just one of those people. I can't say enough good things about her. She's wonderful. And she is the indie pattern queen. And in this collaboration, I picked this for her. And she picked this for me. She made this also, and she loves it. I had a lot of criticism for the way this was put together, but I did make 2 of them, and I really, really like them. The first one was my muslin. I made it from a black old tablecloth, which ended up turning out really nicely, and it's a beautiful little black dress. So it's all polyester. And then the second one I made from a bubble crepe that I found on fabric.com, and it's fully lined. And I found the lining at Hobby Lobby. It's just a polyester lining, but I'm really glad I did that because it feels like an expensive dress, you know? It was kind of supposed to be for Christmas. It's a green and white tropical print, and that works, you know, it does. It's comfortable, but it feels kind of elegant. It's got pockets. Oh, I love that. So for all my criticism about the construction instructions, construction instructions, sounds like conjunction. What's your function? Conjunction, junction. Schoolhouse Rock. Yes, anyway, so for all my criticism about this, it really is a beautiful dress. And I love the way that the bodice fits. And so I'm going to use it to finish my Hawaii dress someday. I'm going to finish it. I know. 3rd iteration of the bodice. It's like, you overthink everything, Jen. Yes, I know. One last thing I want to leave you with is Simplicity 9107 that I made for my daughter out of an old rayon bamboo sheet. And I didn't know if there would be enough for me to make one, and I found enough last night. Man, I played Tetris and shifted that thing all around, and I thought, oh, is this going to work? Yeah, yes. I got it to work. So now I'm going to make myself one, and I'm glad because the fabric there, even though it's an old sheet, that fabric, like a rayon, beautiful bamboo, whatever, and this pattern, beautiful combination. So I'm looking forward to repeating that make from 2020 in 2021 for me. So if you have a favorite make that you made for yourself or someone else in 2020, please let me know what it is. Whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, or if you have a YouTube video about it, I would love to know. Or if you just want to describe it to me, tell me the pattern and the fabric you used. I would love to know that. I always love hearing from you all and hearing about what you're doing in your lives. And yeah, it just kind of brings us all closer together, doesn't it? So that concludes the top 5 of 2020 for me, plus a few more because I can't ever stop at, you know, what I say I'm going to stop at. And that's it for now from me. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.